The steps of the meditation that 종도사님 revealed are as follows. Before receiving 설려와, the flower of immortality in the upper dungeon of our body, we need to offer the special ritual of filling up our body with light. 설려와 is the final step of the first course of this meditation of immortality. This is receiving the light flower of creation transformation, which embraces the radiance of the universe, and planting this flower into our body. In order to successfully receive this flower, we must first put in the light of the universe's creation transformation into the bones and organs of our body through the meditation making the body of light. Today, we will invite practitioner Cheun-jung from Taejeon Daedok Dojang and talk about today's theme of making body of light and listen to her experiences. Practitioner Cheun-jung, thank you for coming. Could you please introduce yourself? Hello, I am the practitioner meditating from Taejeon Daedok Dojang. Since last year, I have practiced the longevity meditation. Along the step, I've had wonderful experiences. The time of meditation is a time of purification, the time that makes me happy. So I want to recommend this meditation to many around me. We're very curious if there were any prominent changes in your health conditions since meditating with the Shicheonjuju and Taeju mantra. Since young, I had a symptom. I always felt tired and my body was feeble. Also, I had muscle pains all over my body. Especially my left body felt very heavy and causing paralytic symptoms. At the time, the cause was unknown. And time went by, and one evening last year, during meditation in Dojang, through my spiritual eyes, I saw the cuff on my wrist and the round iron fetter on my left ankle. The ones that the prisoners wear. I guess that's why I always felt heavy on the left. I thought maybe this is showing the diseased part of my body. At that time, I was holding the Taeju Danju, the big 105 prayer beads. So during the meditation, I kept hitting the cuff and the feather with this. After a while, the feather finally broke down. And my whole body, especially the leg, felt much lighter. I could feel that my long-suffered symptom was healing. Before, I couldn't exercise even though I wanted to. The moment I uncuffed the cuff, I felt like unraveling the skein, and everything turned out well for me after that. Before, I've visited so many hospitals for this, but failed to cure the symptom. But after the experience, I exercised and found out that the cause was in my eyes, that the muscles focusing my eyes lacked strength. I found this out after 26 years. It was just like a miracle. After that, I continued my meditation together with the hospital treatment. Now I have no trouble in my daily life. When the meditation goes well, the phlegm in my body ravishly pours out. When this happens, my penetrating vessels get cleared out and I feel my body being purified. So you've cured the long-suffered symptom together with the meditation and the hospital treatments. That's so wonderful. I'm so glad for you. Please tell me your experience of the meditation forming the lower essence elixir. One time as I meditated in Dojang, my body turned into a miniature of earth. As the water energy ascended and the fire energy descended in my body, the chi circulated my body up and down like the current circulating the Earth's magnetic fields. I felt the penetrating vessel centered and balanced within myself, enhancing the circulation. I realized clearing the penetrating vessel meant straightening the axis of my body. I thought, oh, this is what the Gaebyeok of the human body is. As I breathed through the governing and conception vessels going around the body, I felt the magnetic field of my body circulating fluently. The shape of the uppermost and the lowermost chakra wide open and chi circulating through it looked just like the Earth's magnetic field extending from the north and south poles. The time when I took the meditation class in Taeogong Auditorium, I saw the clear valley water pouring from the bamboo bucket into my head. As the water stream poured down to my body, I felt the middle part of my body being pierced. Enjoying the water stream, I looked ahead, and although it was dark in the night, bloomed colorful flowers and the green grass leaves filled up the valley, making it look so bright and pure despite the darkness. I saw myself soaked up to the shoulder in the valley water. I saw myself swimming in the water relieved. So you have seen the water during the meditation and also experienced the firebird's nest in the lower dungeon. I think it is a sign that the lower essence elixir is being formed. Then you couldn't have missed the experience of meeting Oncheon Gyeongshin spirit. Tell us about it. I did see the Oncheon Gyeongshin spirit. I meditated with firm determination to see the Oncheon Gyeongshin spirit. And soon I saw the place filled with amethyst. And between those jewels, the jewel water fall down like a waterfall. And at the bottom of the waterfall were the bright, shiny egg laid over the palm of some hands. The hand placed the egg on my crossed leg, and later the egg cracked and the golden light leaking from it filled up the room. Inside the egg, a flower-shaped jewel came out, and from its center the flower bloomed. In the midst of the colorful flowers lay the scarlet flower. There, from where the golden light filled up the space, red firebird flew up. I flew up riding the firebird, and the place similar to Cheonji Lake on the top of Baekdu Mountain appeared. Over the lake, the two dragons holding the wish-fulfilling jewel in the mouth flew up to me, flashing its red mane, and dropped its jewel into my hands and left. After that, I meditated. I was inside the middle of the sea, and from inside the water, the sun rose up. It was like seeing the sunrise. And the sun was the Oncheon Gyeongshin spirit, radiating light and rising up. Finally, you met the Oncheon Gyeongshin spirit that you've been dreaming of from this mysterious experience. You sure have many experiences during the meditation. So, how do you diligently meditate in your daily life with so much concentration? Usually, I participated the early morning meditation in Dojang. Many still continuously participate the early morning meditation even now. And though there are times that I get distracted, but most of the time when I concentrate, I experience things deep in my consciousness. The time of meditation is the time that I recharge and restore myself. So it is a very precious time for me. Since I began practicing the meditation of immortality, I tried to meditate at least 3 hours a day since I found out that's the least amount of time needed to warm up and to get into the full concentration. Though sometimes I fail to meet 3 hours due to busy work hours. I see you've been practicing early morning meditation diligently. I guess you must have something to say about today's topic of making the body of light. Last year, I performed the ritual of making the bones of light. In the ritual, I prayed, "태모님, I will open the gate on my head and open my crown chakra." Even though my eyes were closed, the white light lit up in the front. As I sought to fill up the bones with the light gradually descending from my head, my bones were filled with white light. I inserted light from head to toe, carefully going from back of my head to the elbow, to the tailbone, all the way to the toe. I felt my bones shining with white and blue light. As my meditation deepened, my body felt lighter and my whole body seemed to glow with light. And in the dojang, I practiced the meditation of making organs of light. I prayed to Sangsaeng for his Dharma hand and meditated. Soon the Dharma hand shining with white light emerged from Sangsaeng's portrait, and his hand was placed over my head. His hand was very big and thick. Next, I prayed to 태모님 for the hand of the Dharma body. The Dharma hand shining with golden light emerged from 태모님's portrait and was placed over Sangsaeng's hand. Eventually, I prayed to all of the 7 Holy Spirits, and the hands of the 7 Holy Spirits were piled over my head in the same manner, and all the heads were big and thick. Then the fierce light pillar radiated from the hands of the Dharma body of the 7 Holy Spirits and penetrated into my body. I felt as if my body would crack and split into two. I usually work sitting down all the time, so I got a herniated disc. So recently I couldn't sleep due to the pain in my spine. The more my spine was filled with light through the meditation, the more energy built up and straightened my spine, and soon the pain in my spine disappeared. Next, I performed filling the brain with light and moved on to the ritual of eyes. My eyes were not in good conditions, so the light didn't fill up easily, and it took relatively more time than others. Before, it worked very well, but this time it didn't. Then I went on to fill my organs with light. When I tried to fill my stomach, strangely, I couldn't find this. So I thought it queer. So I searched for its picture on the internet and found out that I got the shape wrong. Left was right and the right was left. Oh, that's why I couldn't see it, I thought. After I finished with the organs, as I made up my mind to go on to the skin, my skin started to glow with golden lights. So you've performed all this with actually seeing the light going into your bones and organs and seeing the Dharma hand descending to you. That's so amazing. Since you said the body part in bad condition needed more time and care to be filled with light, The viewers should all take note on this. And when we meditate, we should put more time and concentration in those body parts. The meditation of turning your organ into light is a preliminary step for the final goal of receiving 설려와. Do you also have some healing experience about this? This year, following the teachings of 종도사님, I've performed the 설려와 ritual step by step. I could see the flower getting inside my body and penetrating deep all the way into the cells. Finally, the merged flower of the three flower emerged. The color was not decisive. Just like seeing through the prism, there was some yellow, red, and blue colors all seen. When this rainbow flower emerged, the full-bloomed flower garden appeared surrounding this. Then the ancestors appeared in the garden exclaiming hooray and danced with joy. After receiving the 설려와, whenever I had pain in my body, I planted the flower and the speed at light filling of the body parts accelerated. When my hand was in pain, I instantly filled it with light. When it was so with my head, I filled the head with light. Depending on my body condition, I planted 설려와 performing duplication and unification, and the disease disappeared from my body. So you've seen the flower getting through all the way to the cells. The part that you've seen the ancestors rejoicing about their descendants receiving the 설려와 was very touching. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. It was such a meaningful time for us. Thank you. Now we will try together the meditation of making our organs into light. Today we will just sit in a chair. First, straighten your back to get into the right posture and gently close your eyes. Please repeat the prayer in your mind with me. The seven Holy Spirit reach out their hands of light and place them on the crown of my head. Since we just offered the prayer, as you meditate, the bright light will radiate from the hands of the seven Holy Spirit with the Sangsaeng in the center. This bright light will fill my body from my head, going down to the organs and the other parts. We will offer the prayer together and start the meditations of making organs of light. I wish to fill all my internal organs with light. Let's gently close our eyes again. With our thoughts, let's go to your head and fill up the light going through the brain, eyes, ears, mouth, and neck, and then go to the heart and the left and right lungs surrounding it, stomach, spleen, liver and gallbladder, small and large intestine, kidney and bladder. Continue your meditation feeling light going through the rest of your body parts. If any of the organs are in bad condition, create the organ shape with light and merge it with the organ itself. It will heal more quickly. Let's chant 시천주주 and 태우주 mantra together and practice the meditation of making organs of light.
시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 시기금지 원이대강 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 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원이대강 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원이대강 시천주 조화정 영세 불망만사지 지기금지 원이대강 훔치 델천 상원군 훔리치야도래 훔리합리사파 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 훔치 델천 상원군 훔리치야도래